The views and opinions expressed in the following program are those of the hosts and guests, and not necessarily those of the staff and management of WWDB TV. Welcome to the Best of Nevada Business.
Small business,
Big business,
And
family-owned business.
it's all right here on the Best of Nevada Business. Welcome to the Best of Nevada Business. I'm your host, Beth Toy. Nevada, the silver state with golden opportunities. And today, our guest is Terri Graham.
Hi, hello.
Terri, how you doing?
Oh, I am doing fabulous, and I am so glad to be here. I'm really excited to be on your show.
Thank you. I'm so glad to have you on the show. And Terri is going to tell us all about essential oils. Now, there may be a lot of you out there that aren't that familiar, and that's why we have Terri. So, Terri, exactly what are essential oils?
Oh, well, as you can see, I brought a whole bunch here with me, and they are really a condensed version of herbs for the most part. I mean, you do have things like lemon, like your lemons, but it would take like 45 lemons to get enough.
Really?
Yeah, that it would be in a couple of drops. So it's very concentrated. And
No, that's not just straight lemon juice, though.
well, pretty much. It's
Is it?
distilled. What they do is, and what's really cool, is all the products are taken out, and an outside entity checks them for purity, for quality.
Really?
Yeah, which is really nice, so that you know you're getting a really good quality, high grade material.
That's important to know.
Absolutely.
That really is important
So like
to
if
know.
you go to Whole Foods, well, sometimes Whole Foods has got a decent quality,
Uh-huh.
but Kohl's, everybody seems to have essential oils in
Really?
their stores
Now,
anymore.
see, I don't know this.
They do.
So, but Terri will get me into this.
And what they do, though, is they don't always use the best part of the plant.
Really?
Sometimes there'll be fillers in there. Sometimes there'll be impurities in there.
You mean some of the normal grocery stores, they carry
Yes.
them?
Yeah, and you'll notice a difference when you smell more of a pure oil to an oil that hasn't been processed the right way.
Really?
So it makes a huge difference. And what's really nice about these oils here is that they're not only can you put them on topically, which is a way a lot of people use them. They might put them with like a carrier oil, like a little coconut oil, and put them on the skin. A lot of people put them in a diffuser, which I did bring with me here, which because I wasn't sure if everyone knew what that was.
I know, I can smell it. It's really nice.
Living here in Nevada, we tend to have such a dry climate that people are used to having humidifiers going. So it's like a humidifier. You put the water in the top, and then you add a couple drops of the essential oil, and then it kind of diffuses through the whole room.
So your house smells lovely.
It does. It absolutely
cool.
does.
That's cool.
Which, depending on what blend you put in there, we have some that clean the air and kind of kill germs. There are ones that kind of just give you extra energy. Like if you put the peppermint in there, it kind of just smells good and energizes.
So all these oils have a purpose.
They do all have different purposes.
Oh,
Absolutely.
interesting.
Absolutely. And then also, because of the quality of these oils, you can actually ingest them.
Really?
You can.
Get
And
out
that's
of
what
here.
we were doing before we started.
See, when Terri walked in, she brought food, and I thought, oh, food. But I didn't know the food was tied into the essential oils. So tell us about that. What have you brought here for us to taste test?
Well, lemonade.
Lemonade?
Just organic lemonade. And what I put in there was just a couple drops of lavender.
Do you know?
Did you even
When I
notice?
tasted it, I thought, something's different about this lemonade. What is it?
And what's good about the lavender is that it's
That's
kind
really
of got
good.
a calming effect.
Really?
Yeah. For a little bit of stress. I knew I was going to be a little anxious being on your amazing
Oh,
show.
well,
So I put a couple
no
drops
need.
in there for me.
And a couple drops for me,
yeah.
just in case I was a little hyper today.
That's right. And that's proof that it can be ingested, that it's such a good quality that you can actually eat them.
I was going to take a drink and go, but just kidding.
That
No,
would've
it's
been
really
funny.
good.
And
Really
then what
good.
I made here was a dip. And
I haven't tried this
you
yet.
haven't tried the dip
What's
yet?
in the dip?
well, it's corn and
You
black
have to talk
beans.
while I eat. So I'm not-
Absolutely.
Go ahead.
It has the feta cheese, some jalapeno, red onion, red pepper. Everything's organic. And then what you do for the seasoning is you put a couple drops of lime in there. So I've got my lime over here, which I put a couple drops of this in, a couple drops of black pepper, and I've got my little black pepper here that I put in. Also put in there cilantro, my absolute favorite.
Cilantro? I can taste the
You could-
cilantro.
I
And I'm sitting here thinking, we're using wireless mics. I hope you can't hear me chewing.
probably.
Pardon me if
yeah,
you could.
but
No, but that's
yummy,
delicious.
isn't
It's
it?
absolutely delicious, really. Do you have recipes for people?
I do have recipes, but that would be not one. You would have to have me come and host a party or give me a jingle.
And you could do
or
that.
have me, yeah. That's part of what makes me kind of special or unique. Is
How-
that I
how
come
do
with
the parties
food.
work? How
I
do
come
the
with
party-
food and drinks.
Did you hear that? She comes with food and drinks.
I do. Well, what's really great is it gives you a chance to really see the oils in action. Because most people just think of oils for massages or
Well, that's what I thought. You
Oils
know,
just
put them
for
on your
health.
hand a little bit and
Oh,
or smell
for
them.
smelling. Absolutely. And we'll talk a little bit more about a couple for smelling because
Okay.
there's a couple of things I want to try with you.
Okay. Oh.
But yeah, if they were interested in having a party, my information will be at the end. I can come, I can demonstrate the different oils, I can show them
Now,
how to use them.
Is there any charge for hosting a party or
No,
anything?
absolutely not. It's absolutely
It's
free.
free.
I just come and share the stuff that I'm really passionate about. I
That is
really
so awesome.
love the oils. I got into it a few years ago.
Yeah.
A really good friend of mine was into the oils, and we would just go over her house, hang out, and little by little I'd learn a lot more about them, and created a great group of friends that I'm going to be friends with probably until I die.
That's
just
nice.
really nice,
And the
neat,
oils
cool
kind of
people.
hooked you. I mean,
Yeah.
when you first got introduced to
Uh-huh.
this, what did you think? Did you think, what is this?
Well, it was interesting. I went to like a house party and there was food there and drinks and the same thing. Oh, you've been eating oils. You've been drinking oils. And I was like, I have? Oh, okay. Well, I guess they're safe. And then, of course, they shared a lot about how an outside party checks them for purities, just the level and quality, how some of the oils actually have food labels on them to let you know that you can ingest them. And so I was like, but I'm a scientist at heart. I'm a
Really?
skeptic.
I never knew this about
absolutely,
Terri.
Absolutely. And I just don't believe what I'm told. I've never
Okay.
just believed what I'm
Okay.
told.
And a lot of people don't believe what they're told.
Yeah.
And that's smart to question. It really is.
So I went, okay, well, this is interesting. I'm going to have to go and kind of try some of these things on my own because I'm not going to just believe what you say.
Yeah.
Right? But what was really nice was they got into some actually demonstration and hands-on stuff we got to try there and then, which I would do too if I had a party. And one of my favorite, absolutely, and let me get this over here, is I have on here some styrofoam because a lot of people go, really, you ingest stuff like this? It's really healthy for you. And the lemon can be used not only for cleaning things or brightening things or kind of lifting your spirits, but it actually, I put it in my water. I put some of this in peppermint
Really?
in my water.
Really?
Glass container though.
But just
But
a
I
couple
just,
drops?
Yeah, a couple
or
drops. And
But you can't like put too much and have a problem.
you probably wouldn't like how it tasted. It would be really, really strong.
I'm just curious, but it's
it
totally
doesn't hurt
safe
you.
to
Oh, yeah,
ingest.
I get
Okay.
it on me. I drink it all
Let
the
me
time.
smell that.
It's the lemon. And what I want to show you is
It
what
smells just like lemon juice.
what it does
Honest
do
to God.
though, because it helps get rid of some of the gunk in your system.
Okay.
Now this is just styrofoam. This is plastic, and this
Okay.
is one of the other reasons I always put it in a glass bottle. But I'll
Okay.
just put some drops on this, and you'll probably have to see what it's going to do to them. Look what it's
I'm
doing.
watching. We'll see what it's going to do.
Look what it's doing.
It's dissolving the
It's dissolving,
the styrofoam.
plastic.
This is the little popcorn stuff.
See,
I
it's
don't know if
just
you
dissolving
can see
it.
that.
And we just put some on our hands. We've been drinking some. Doesn't hurt us
this,
at all.
This totally.
And look, it's just eating this stuff away.
It's eating
Isn't that
this
amazing?
away.
Look at this. Look what it's done to this one.
It's just
See?
look at that.
So just imagine the gunk it might be in your intestines or in your system that you can get rid of. Now, what's really cool is
but
these.
we don't have popcorn in our system.
Well, no, but plastic. It's like, it's
Just
plastic. It's impurities. Look at it, just melted it to nothing.
It did. I mean,
These
seriously,
ones here
this just
are made out of natural materials. And look, it's not hurting it at all.
really.
See, it's not hurting this
How do
one
you
at
know
all.
this is made out of natural materials?
Because when I bought it, it said all natural products on the outside.
I had to ask.
So I knew. But look what it does to the,
The synthetic.
yeah.
It eats it.
Yeah, but totally safe for us.
So this will
Totally
eat all the
safe for
bad
us.
things in my system.
It will. It will.
So you don't
So
have
you
to worry.
can clean with
if
it.
you
You can get it on
accidentally,
you, you're fine.
if your kids accidentally eat the popcorn, give
I don't know if I
them
would.
some of this stuff. It'll dissolve in their stomach.
But isn't that interesting?
No, it really is interesting.
That it-
Seriously, I'm just being funny, but
But because it doesn't harm us.
no,
Because
that
it's
is
natural.
yeah,
Our
and-
body
and
can
you know
deal
what?
with
I've
natural
known Terry for a
products.
while. I did not know all this.
Yeah, isn't that pretty cool?
This is pretty darn
It's
cool.
pretty cool, absolutely. And then, so that was cool. I saw that at my friend's house, and I went, I'm like, okay, well, what else you got? What else you got? How does
Yeah.
this stuff really help people?
Yes.
You know?
How does it really,
How
really
does it
help you?
really help? And this time of year with the allergies and people have a hard time breathing, people have a hard
Yeah.
time sleeping. One of the ones that is really good, and this one's actually a blend, it's called Breathe. And it helps
Breathe.
with breathing. And I put it in the diffuser at night. It helps me sleep. It helps open up my
Now,
sinuses.
other than the diffuser,
Uh-huh.
can you just smell
Oh.
it? Do you put it like on your skin?
Absolutely, absolutely. I'm going to put a couple drops in your hand.
Okay.
And 1, 2. Going to put a couple drops in my hand.
Okay. What am I going to do with
Go
it?
ahead and just kind of rub your hand together. And then what I want you to do is I want you to make like an inhaler. And I want you to put it over your nose and mouth.
Holy
You ready?
smokes.
And just breathe in. Kind of see how I'm doing it? Almost like a little hit.
This is really something.
And can you feel it in your lungs?
Yeah. You know what? Yeah.
Sometimes people cough because they
That's
got so much
that's
junk in there.
really
And I just
amazing.
put the extra here on my neck to help with the breathing. But isn't that just
That's-
opens up those
that's
passages?
amazing.
Yeah. And what's really great, like I said, you
I
can
never
just
would
put
have
this
thought
stuff
to do this.
right on you. My son, because he has asthma,
Yeah.
and so he has a hard time breathing and things, I put
Yeah.
this in the diffuser at night for him.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Use that
now,
all the time for
you
him.
could put this in a drink also because all this is
It is. I wouldn't necessarily put this one in there because
Okay.
it has some eucalyptus and it has some stuff which we consider more of a
so they will
hot
tell
oil.
you, or you will teach.
Yeah.
When she goes to do a
demonstration.
for
I
you,
would definitely
she'll
do
teach
that.
you which ones should be ingested, which ones should just be
Smelled.
inhaled.
Now
this-
they
which
do
should be
make
mixed in
breathe
food.
cough drops that you can suck on.
Really?
Yeah, I'm always sucking on those things. So see how this one actually has a label on it to consume for food because this is the lime. So it actually
Oh.
has a food label on it.
I see
So
this.
you know for sure that it's totally safe.
Now,
to
does anybody have
ingest.
to worry about allergies with any of this?
Well, you know what? Because they're so pure, most of the time people do not have a reaction to it. Even people that might be allergic to the stuff in the stores or have a problem with things don't seem to react to this.
Because I'm really allergic to a lot of things,
Mm-hmm.
and that's why I always carry Benadryl in my purse. I really do,
Ah, right.
because I have very weird allergies, and you
Yeah.
never know when you're going to eat something in a restaurant, and all of a sudden my throat's closing up. So I
That's
really do carry
important.
Benadryl. But
Now-
as a whole, you find that these are
That people don't have problems with them. My daughter has a lot of food allergies,
Mm-hmm.
and she's never had a problem with any of these. Now, she does have preferences.
Mm-hmm.
Because everybody's body is different, all bodies react differently to things.
Mm-hmm.
So you really want to try things out in a small amount first.
Mm-hmm.
We love our peppermint because we sniff it and it wakes us up and
Yeah.
makes us feel good, energizes us. I keep it in my water because it's good for the stomach. It calms things
Mm-hmm.
in the stomach. But a lot of people use it for headaches and
Really?
fevers because it is, when you put it on and you blow, it kind of cools things down. So
Mm-hmm.
it'll cool you down for a fever. You can put it on the back of the neck. The guy I work with, he gets migraines. So he puts it all over the back of his head.
and does it help?
and it helps him with his migraines.
That's amazing.
It does a really good job. Now
if you have migraines, pay attention to
my
what she
my
said.
son uses the peppermint for headaches.
Really?
My daughter, nope. She says it gives her headaches. So
Well,
I'm like,
everybody's
I don't know if
different.
it gives you headaches, but
But
she
you
says
know,
it doesn't help.
Everybody's system is a little different.
And she uses the lavender.
Wow, and that
And
helps
lavender,
her headaches.
that's more stress. I think she gets more tension headaches. So the lavender helps her. She can either rub it into the bottom of her feet which is what you do a lot with littler kids and babies. You just rub it in on the feet, and it absorbs quickly through the feet.
Oh, that's cool.
And it works really well.
That is so cool to know.
Yeah,
That's amazing.
so she uses the peppermint. My son uses the peppermint. My daughter uses the lavender. So the lavender helps her headaches. The peppermint helps his. And I think it has a lot to do with what's really causing the headache.
And that's
why
probably,
the one's better than the other.
a lot safer than taking so much aspirin. And
Oh,
you know
absolutely.
what? I took too much
Absolutely.
aspirin one time, and my ears were just like totally ringing, and they've been ringing all this time for years.
Yeah.
And it was from the aspirin, and there's nothing I can,
Nope, absolutely.
nothing I can do about it. But
And they've tied a lot of Tylenol and aspirin and those kinds of things that children have had to too much medication when they were younger.
Yeah.
And so if you can do that more naturally with oils,
That
it's
is
a way, way better way
this
to
is
go.
really, really interesting.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're teaching me so much about this.
Oh.
And I see you have a bottle of cream or something over there.
do.
What's that?
I do. This
What's that?
over here is called Deep Blue. And
Okay.
it's a rub, like sports cream.
Like Bengay?
Like Bengay, absolutely. But what's really nice about this is it seems to work better.
Really?
I really like it. You can also buy it like in capsule form that you can take, like if you have chronic
Really?
back problems, that you can take them over a period of time, and it's
That's
supposed to
so
lessen it.
cool.
I haven't taken
That's
it
cool.
only because I don't have back problems or a chronic pain, but I have used this for like minor injuries
But
and
for a
those
lot of
kind of
sports
things.
people,
Oh.
I mean, this is a great product because they hurt everything: their arms, their legs,
Yeah.
their back.
And it does help too with, I feel, people that have more of an arthritis kind of thing going on because it has that warming effect. It gets into the joints.
Is it
that
greasy?
kind of thing. Well, here, you want to try a little?
Sure, I'll try a little. Put it right on top of the
Whoops.
oils you just put on my
Maybe
hands.
that's more than a little. It came out pretty fast. But you'll feel it tingling. It'll start to tingle. You'll feel
Oh,
that,
this is good.
and that's when it's kind of stimulating the area. It's
Ooh,
got
it
that.
smells really nice.
It's got that
This
winter
is really
green.
nice.
And it also comes in a little bottle. I've got my little bottle here.
No, it's not
somewhere.
greasy at all.
No, that's
I
not
would
it.
tell you, it's not greasy at
No,
all.
it's not,
really.
and it absorbs right
It's
in.
good.
And you can get the pure drops too. Like
Uh-huh.
when my husband's back is really hurting, I'll put a couple of just drops on first,
Yeah.
and then I'll add the tube of the Deep Blue on top of it so I can kind of massage it over a larger area
That's cool.
to give him a real
is so
bit of
cool.
concentration. Yep.
And we had another show here on WWDB TV where they had a guest that was talking about citrus and how citrus really, actually it was Anson Williams was the
Oh,
guest.
okay.
He was over the phone,
Yeah.
from Happy Days. And he makes some type of product out of citrus, and they said that if you're really sleepy when you're driving, that either keep some lemon wedges and just take a bite of it or whatever. But this is perfect if you had the lemon drops.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
And you had that in your car, I mean, whenever you got sleepy, a couple of lemon drops, you'd perk right up.
Oh, absolutely.
This is a great product
with
for
the
that.
peppermint too, because the
Yeah.
peppermint perks you up. It
Peppermint and
stimulates.
lemon. That's
And then
awesome.
I've always got my little bag here. You've seen this probably before that I carry with me that I can keep a whole collection of little bottles.
Oh,
in
I
here.
didn't see that.
Yeah, so I've
Oh,
got
look
my
at all the cute little tiny
little
ones.
vials.
This is
so
adorable.
I've always got the main ones that are real important to me in here, like the lavender, in case I get real stressed to calm myself. I have the peppermint for tummy issues. I also carry in here the Digest Zen, which is
What's Digest then? What is that?
It's a blend, so it has some peppermint in it. It has other things in it, so that
See that?
it tastes like black licorice.
Look
Not
how
everybody
cute
likes
that
it,
is.
but that helps
I'm
for
gonna
tummy
smell
aches,
it.
stomach aches. My kids will put a couple drops
Cool.
on their hand, and they'll just rub it into their stomachs
That's
or
so
into the
cute.
bottom of their feet.
So your kids are all into this.
They are, and it was funny when I first came home with
That's
this stuff.
interesting.
They're like, "Right, Mom, what is this? Who told you about this?" I said, "My friend Laura." They go, "Dr. Laura?" I go, no, my friend Laura. She's not a doctor, but she uses this on herself and on her kids. And I thought we would try it. We bought this starter kit. It had the 10 oils in it. And my kids are like, yeah, whatever. And then my son complained about a stomach ache. So I gave him some of the Digestion, and he rubbed it in. And a little while later, his stomach ache was gone.
Really?
He goes, huh. And then I had given something to my daughter for her headache with the lavender. And they're like looking at me. They're like, what is this? My son says, is this voodoo? I go, it's not voodoo.
Voodoo.
I said,
Terri
no,
has
yeah, I have
voodoo.
voodoo. I know, it's just oils. It's just natural oils that you can find anywhere. And what's
No, it's-
really nice about these oils, I said the company does outside testing to make sure that the oils are safe.
You know they're safe, you
and
know
pure.
they're pure.
And they also go on location, and they actually help. They have a group called Helping Hands, and they go in to help the farmers that are actually growing the things or actually harvesting to make sure that they're not depleting the soil and to make sure they're not over farming. And they go in and they help build houses
that is
and they
a
help
great
put in
thing that
wells. And they do a lot for the community too. So it's coming from a place of love, which was part of what was exciting for me.
Wow.
I was getting something natural for my family.
Yeah.
I was getting something that worked and that I trusted.
Yeah.
And my kids think is magic. I think it just
Kids don't always
just
think what their
happens.
mom does is magic, you know,
true.
especially when they get to teenagers.
So that, and I can feel good about it.
Oh, this
And
is great.
Yeah.
This is great.
And like I said, with my little portable kit, I've got it wherever I go. I'm not always carrying around the big bottles, but I do carry around the big bottles. Frankincense being one of my most favorite oils that I carry with me all the time.
Yeah.
Just because of it's got meditative properties.
Really?
And that's one of the reasons that I use it sometimes to kind of just awaken the senses, make me more attuned. You know, that's why we started smelling it. We call it smelling it. We take the frankincense and the peppermint.
Terry taught me to take frankincense and peppermint and smell them both at the same time, and it's kind of cool.
Yeah,
it's really interesting.
It kind of wakes us up, gets our brain stimulated, helps with the focus. The frankincense does.
Right.
But what?
Because normally I just open a Pepsi, you know. But Terry's like, no, try this.
Chemical.
Wake yourself up.
Sugar.
But I can't help it. I am a soda junkie.
Yeah.
But this is really good.
But back to the frankincense, one of the things that really hooked me, remember I said I wouldn't get involved in this unless I believed in it, and I had to see it for myself. Well, with the frankincense, I started putting it on my face. And I know a lot of people are, put it in a carrier oil, like mix it with coconut oil, dilute it. But I just put it straight on and my face doesn't react to it. But what has happened, and I've been so excited, because with my fair complexion, I'm a candidate for skin cancer. I had a chunk taken out here.
Really?
I had a chunk taken out of my ear.
I did not know this.
Oh, absolutely. I go every 6 months, and he's always freeze, and all over my back. And
interesting.
it tortures me as
Are you
how I
okay
look
now?
at it. Well, I still go every 6 months, but since I've been putting it on my face, and I just put it on my face every day, the frankincense, he doesn't have to do anything on my face. He still freezes a few things here and there that I don't. I really need to just bathe in this stuff, I think. But he's, no, I'm serious.
Terry's taking a bath in essential
in the
oils.
frankincense if it wasn't so expensive. But yeah, but it's worth it. You know, it's definitely worth it.
Well, I mean, expensive to fill a bathtub, but not
yeah,
expensive for a bottle. We'll make sure that everybody
that is
understands
true.
it.
Absolutely. But he hasn't had to cut any more chunks out. He almost never freezes anything on my face
That's
anymore.
amazing.
My face.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's
I'm really
amazing.
excited about that. Whenever I start to see like a dark patch or something that I'm afraid the skin doctor is going to go, and try to freeze it, I put a little extra frankincense on it. By the time I go see him, he sees nothing.
That's pretty cool.
And so that was really cool. I was really, really excited about that.
That's cool. Well, you know what? We're about out of time for this show,
no.
but I would love to have you back on
talk
again.
about all what we do when we get sick and the oregano that is so amazing.
Well, that is
next
why
time.
you need to call Terry
You do,
to come and
absolutely.
talk to you
Yeah.
about all these essential oils. And when this show is done, just let your video run a tiny bit more, because we're going to put all her contact information up there so you can get in touch with her. We'll have a do you have a website with this?
I do have a website, and it is, it's on my doTERRA thing. So they'll go to the doTERRA site and they'll put my name in and it'll pull it up.
Well, we'll have it all up for you. And
And
is
my
there any
information, my
other
phone
other
number.
email, anything you want to give everybody right now?
No, that should be
It'll
it.
be all on the
It'll all
information we're
be
gonna
on
put up.
there. Absolutely. It will
Okay.
be my phone number,
Okay.
702-328-2659. Text me, and I'll be more than willing to text you back. I'd love to come and just share some of the stories and just wonderful stuff it's done for me.
Cool. Well,
Yeah,
Terri
and feed everybody.
and feed everybody. Well, Terri Graham, thank you for joining us
Thank
today.
you. I've
This
had a
has been an
blast.
awesome show. I have learned so much. I hope everyone out there did too. And remember, the best of Nevada business is where you want to go to find the best businesses in Nevada. So thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.
You're clear.